All right, everybody, and welcome to the Swiss Army Nerd Podcast. This is your host, John Stickrod, and my co-host,
Patrick O'Mara.
That's right, we're here. It's been a couple weeks. We're excited to be back. We just got done with the awesome sports podcast. We did really good on that one, Cock and Rod Connection. Did great. We got to talk all the juicy sports stuff. Now we get to jump into the juicy nerd stuff. That's right. And there's a lot. We've had a really, in my opinion, successful nerd couple months. I mean, since the game drop started in fall. So.
Since E3, honestly.
Yes. So it's been pretty good. We got a lot to talk about. Steve's here with us, of course, as always. He's going to be there reading your comments if you want us to talk about anything specifically.
Chris says about damn time.
Okay. Good and patient.
All right.
Impatient, and he's a Bills fan.
He's just mad, that's why, because they're not going to talk about the Bills on this show.
Yeah, unfortunately,
the only pass.
This is as much as we're going to even say Bills. Damn it.
Already made you a liar.
Yep, already a liar. Alright, so we're going to jump right into it. Alan Wake is coming back to the Xbox. It was banned for a long time. One of my favorite games of all time. I don't know if anyone's ever played it, but it's like a survivor horror.
I've never played it, I like those types of games.
It's really interesting. I was actually telling a friend about it a few weeks ago, and I was trying to find it. Couldn't find it, unfortunately. But the point is like you're a journalist. You're writing the plot, and as you're going, you're learning the plot. It's really interesting. It ends up being a really creative way to get over writer's block. Mm-hmm. Anyway, it's coming back. They had some legal issues, whatever it was. We're coming back, and it might be actually being added to the PS4 marketplace, which it was an Xbox exclusive. So
I'll check it out for next podcast, see if I can get any more details on it.
It's really good. I was a huge fan of it. I highly recommend it. Anyone who likes the spooky stuff, you don't like get a gun, you get a flashlight.
So it's going to be like the
Outlast.
Outlast, where you're just a guy with a camera.
Yeah, it's like Outlast, but it's not first person. Highly recommend it. It's a lot of fun. The plot is incredible. I love it. Excuse me, the big release this month, well, we had two big releases, but the biggest one broke all the records already, Red Dead Redemption 2.
That took all day to download. I kind of talked myself into getting
108 gigabytes.
Lord.
Yes, it is huge. It took 2 discs.
It takes 2 discs for a physical copy.
First time in a long time a game took 2 discs. The reviews on it are disgusting.
Oh yeah,
10 out of 10.
I've watched gameplay on it. It's unbelievable. You have to feed your character. You got to dress him warm for the warm weather or cold weather.
You got to feed your horse.
Yeah,
feed your horse. It honestly, it does everything. They really decided to make it realistic and
really realistic.
Yes, and I love that. I think that's the coolest part of the Old West is how you pretty much anything could kill you.
I feel like I'm gonna be like you almost when it came to Far Cry. Wow.
Rookie night at
wow.
the Apollo. Restart.
Anyway,
well, you know how you spend all the time fishing?
Yes.
And you could fish in this game. I feel like I'm just going to be out with a rifle hunting the entire time. Just straight up hunting.
It's so fun. And it's like, you could fish in that game too, and the fishing in Red Dead is just as fun.
I thought I saw a post on IGN earlier, something just about Red Dead Redemption with the fish. Yeah, and how it's like legendary fishing or something like that.
Yep, just like Far Cry. Honestly, I've only played a little as a game. I'm trying to finish up Odyssey, which is also an incredible game. But everything I read and watching about Red Dead, it's just so... Rockstar has to be one of the best out there.
Oh, the glitches. Have you seen any of the...
The glitches are a riot. They always are. I don't even want them to remove it. Like the horse glitch where they just fall and they'll set on fire. Like that's amazing.
I seen a pit where it's lit up. And you don't know what it is. There's like no street light or anything. And you just walk into it. You burst into flames.
Like the glitches where the horses don't understand like gravity, so it'll be a cliff and they'll just keep going and it'll kill you. You'll die because the horse doesn't stop. I love it. I just think Rockstar, even with the glitches, they just know what people want and they take their time and they produce these games. And from every GTA to this to Red Dead 1,
I almost wonder if they leave it in there because the glitches on Red Dead 1 were pretty awesome.
Oh yeah, I think they do. I think they know. I mean, what's funnier than a glitch where, like, there's one where...
The Birdman or something?
There's a Birdman one. There's deer that just kill you. You'll be mid-conversation and a buck will come and gore you. Like, that's hysterical. I'm over the moon about Red Dead, and I've only played maybe 10 minutes of it. So
I think by the time we're out of here tonight, I should have it all done downloading.
it's definitely something that's worth to buy for anyone. It is you got to be patient, but 10 minutes. I played 10 minutes. This is a very premature review. 20 out of 10.
Yeah.
It's phenomenal.
The only other 2 games that I know they're coming out within a week or so is Spyro and Fallout 76.
Yes. And we talked a little bit about 76. I don't know.
We had our call in.
Yep, we had a call in to shout out to Tim. I will say this, to 76, I think that's not going to be nearly as successful as
No, they're already having they're having doubts about it. I'm seeing on the internet.
I get a vibe like Elder Scrolls Online. There's something about it.
I don't get that. I get Fallout 4 all over again.
Chris says I'm poor, so no thanks.
Well,
which one?
I have no idea. That's just what he said. I'm assuming Red Dead?
Since Chris is here, your mom wants to know which game you want for Christmas. So if you tell me on here, I'll tell her and you get a game for Christmas. If you don't tell me, I'm going to make her get My Little Pony or some shit. Anyway.
My Big Planet, My Little Planet.
My Little Planet or Minecraft or something. But anyway, Red Dead's great.
Tamagotchi. He can get Tamagotchi.
That game's so bad. I'm excited about Fallout, but I don't know. I'm hesitant.
I feel like the only thing I'm excited for is the group play.
Yeah, that part's
it's
cool.
It's exactly like Fallout 4, almost. Pretty much.
I just don't know if I'll have time. Red Dead's supposed to take almost 100 hours to beat, so...
Well, like I said, I feel like
up.
I'm just going to be hunting the entire time.
What do you think I'm going to play it in 100 hours in a week? That's insane. Although I did put in 60 in 4 days, but it's,
ridiculous.
Wow.
That was
no-lifed it.
Yeah, I no-lifed it. But it was
Did
Assassin's
you eat that
Creed.
day?
No, you don't have to eat. You just put an IV in.
Chris says I'll beat
Where's
the
the
short
hole?
out of My Little Pony.
Beat the short. Anyway, anyone who's a fan of Western or anything, I highly recommend Red Dead.
I saw a post saying that porn went up 76% for anything Western related.
Yeah, I have a friend who Googles porn all the time.
His name is John Stickrod.
I have no idea who it is. I just have a friend.
His last name ends with Rod.
He'll remain anonymous.
Starts with Stick.
He's incredibly classy. I don't ever
His
look
first
at that
name
stuff.
does it start with Stick?
Anyway, and if you put it in the search bar, it comes up first, Red Dead Redemption. So a lot of people are looking at it, and that's from my friend's source. I can't confirm. Anyway.
Did you wash your hands?
I didn't watch it. I listen, my seat is for Jesus only.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Oh. Lightning bolt.
Yeah, watch out for that.
Moving on from that, PUBG is free this week. So anyone who wants to get on PUBG and enjoy all the frustrations of horrible everything, give it. It's better than Fortnite, I'll say that.
I re-downloaded it, as you know.
It's still fun.
I'm not saying it's not. I hate.
It's team based.
I have fun every once in a while. I still hate the game.
I don't mind the game only because I'm playing with people, but it is free, so anyone who wants to try it. I know my buddy Lord is downloading it. So we're just gonna go all over the place here because
we still gotta do a full review on Daredevil.
Oh yeah, you finished it, right? Well,
that was your homework assignment for the week,
and you did it. All right, so if you haven't watched it by now, that's your fault. You're lost. Whatever.
We gave the warning.
Yes, Daredevil season 3, my opinion, the best season. I'm gonna say
last time you were saying season 2 was the best season.
Season 2 was really good because of Punisher's involvement, but the storyline of season 3 was by far the best one. The only reason season 2 was successful was because they killed Punisher. Daredevil wasn't good. Punisher was good in Daredevil in season 2. Season 2's arc with Daredevil is horrible. With the hand, it's stupid.
Well, yeah, the storyline's stupid.
Yeah, but the Punisher
the Punisher makes it good. Yeah.
But season 3, all around, it was about Daredevil. It was focused on the right people. All the characters killed it. Wilson Fisk is fucking amazing. And the introduction of Bullseye and creating an incredibly new backstory.
Pissed me off.
Loved it. I know it pissed me off that
what
I didn't
episode
know.
did you finally see that coming?
Well,
when they showed the hat.
Yeah.
And they did the whole storyline on Bullseye, growing up, and he killed his coach.
when he was playing baseball.
The Bullseye, I was like,
That's when it hit me too. Because, but I didn't even think about that. I just thought it was a highly trained person. Nothing about it said Bullseye.
It made sense to me because
So
Bullseye is
It was incredible.
Bullseye is the most. I feel like the most iconic villain for Daredevil
By far, yeah. Him and Kingpin, and they introduced both.
Well, Kingpin could be related to a lot of enemies.
Yeah, but they're not going to use him in Spider-Man or anything. They already said they're not going to do that. Unfortunately, though, it looks like they're not doing season 4. From everything I've read, season 4 is not happening.
We'll see.
I don't know why they can't.
They've said this they weren't supposed to do a season 3 either.
Yeah, the thing is Charlie Cox has come out, the person who plays Daredevil, and he says he either wants a long guaranteed contract or he's going to stop playing.
Give him the long character. Guaranteed contract.
Well, every year they do this. I haven't
seen someone this good to play Daredevil since Ben Affleck.
Oh my God, he's the only one that's ever done Daredevil justice ever. He's made a very poor character in the comics realistically awesome, and nobody could ever play that role again. I hope they do, but we actually were going to talk about it, but this is a good segue. Is Disney announced their new streaming service where it's Marvel based? That's where it looks like most of these are going. Like they just announced Loki is getting his own series.
Yep.
So Tom Hiddleston's going to be playing Loki in his own. I think it's like a 10-part series at first, and a lot of these characters are going to be in the streaming service, Disney streaming service.
That'd be cool. Did we got a name for that show?
No, it's just about Loki. If they haven't in that, all they know is they've got it about
Adventures of Loki.
I'm sure
Loki meets world.
I'm sure it's going to be about his shenanigans. It's not going to be tied into the movies. It's probably going to be what he does in between.
I wonder if it'd be like a prequel type thing, like before the Avengers and the Heroes type thing.
And they could do after too. I mean, they still haven't confirmed he's dead.
They can't. Yeah, I was gonna say they can't do after though because
not until after Infinity War.
Infinity War.
But they've already announced that Infinity War 4 is going to bring back all the characters. It's official. Only certain characters are going to be dying in Avengers 4.
Yeah, but I still don't think they could do the series because then they're going to want to leave hints as to how it happened.
This is a PG show, Chris. We do not use that language on this show.
What'd he say?
What'd he say?
Block Disney.
Block Disney. Okay.
Wow.
I mean, he didn't say block.
We are PG-13, sir.
Yeah, motherfucker. My issue is with Disney's streaming service is I think it's a good idea. The issue is now they've got to compete with Netflix, which is going to be really, really difficult to do. So they have to put out stuff that would make me want to pay for it. And it's just not like, I love Loki. That's not enough.
Loki's not enough for us.
No, you have to bring over all of it. Daredevil, you have to bring over Avengers. I need more than one.
You have to bring Punisher over for me.
I would just love if they just start bringing what they need to do is each character that's an Avenger every few months bring out a
10-part thing.
Yeah, about each character.
I'd love that.
Deal.
How cool would that be?
Instead of just picking one, go through all the Avengers and a backstory on how they became this or whatever, like you said.
Well, it's kind of what the movies are for. You'd have to do it with the villains.
Yeah, but the movies are always ruined. I hate origin movies. They're always horrible. Name one good origin movie. They're all bad.
Captain?
No, it's horrible.
I didn't think it was bad.
It was bad. It was boring for
Captain
America.
First Avenger.
Yeah, 75% of the movie is build up for nothing, and then you see him get juiced up, and then he's dead within 20 minutes.
He
didn't die. Either way, origin stories don't work in movie settings. I've seen them. Anyone who's going to see these movies knows the origin. I don't need a Spider-Man origin. I don't need another. I don't.
That's why I'm glad they did it, 3 times for Spider-Man, and I'm glad they didn't do it this time.
They don't need to do it a single time for any hero or villain.
Chris likes them all.
They don't. What?
I like them all.
Oh, that's the fuck?
What he said.
Okay. I love that idea, though. A 10-part. I'd watch.
We're going down the road for rated R right now.
This is rated R. The sports one is the one that we can't be because
that children watch.
Yeah, that's the one that children watch. No children watch this. They're all in bed at 8:30 at night. But I like the 10-part idea. I'd watch that with Hawkeye. I'd watch that with Vision. Any of them really. That would solve a lot of the issues. I would pay for that. Personally, I would pay whatever monthly to watch those things. But if they just try to take those 3 or 4 shows Marvel produced, it won't work.
I didn't know the origin stories.
Well, you got to read the comics. You're not a real fan. What person goes to see these comic book movies with no origin whatsoever? Or at least goes with someone who knows the origin. So you're there to explain it.
That's why he goes with us.
Well, yeah, no, that's why. I mean, I just think it would be... I wouldn't go see, I don't know. I wouldn't go see a movie without knowing somewhat of it. Like, if it was a comic book or something, there's just, all you gotta do is Wikipedia.
I don't think there's a comic book out there where I know something.
I know I could honestly say there's very few comics, heroes or villains, that I don't know. That at least if it came up, I'd be like, oh yeah, this is it. It's the
same for me.
It
Like,
seems
I get all giddy during movies when certain villains show up, and Lauren didn't do she didn't do comic book readings.
Yeah.
She didn't, this is all new to her type stuff. I mean, she knows, like, Captain America and that stuff, but...
All the big ones.
Yeah, there's stuff that happens that we're all sort of like, oh my god.
Yeah.
She'd be like, what?
Yeah, there's little, and those Easter eggs are for the geeks. I love that. But I don't think you need origin. I think that'd be perfect. If you're gonna make it all one universe, that's perfect. Have a streaming thing. And if you don't want to catch up in the streaming thing, then you're gonna be a little bit behind in the movies.
Good way to put DC down. If Marvel comes out with their own streaming and does all the origins or
Perfect.
whatever, like...
Who wouldn't watch that? I would watch those origins all day. That'd be fantastic.
Wintertime, I would never leave my house.
Exactly. I think that's genius. You have $1 million idea there. If you're gonna make it successful, you have to do things like that.
Marvel, I just want 10% of your makings.
Oh my god, you'd be billionaire within a year.
We got to pitch that idea.
I'm sure that.
Yeah, they said idea. Make me a billionaire, boys. That's what we can call it.
We got to get a patent on that.
While we're on Marvel,
the thing is, the patent's gonna be under the podcast name.
That's fine. We can split that shit. I'm not greedy.
You don't want to invest into the podcast and make it bigger?
No, I would do that. Of course, that's what
we would be moving to Bristol
for sure. We're just right next to him. We've always talked about that. But while we're on Avengers, they revealed how long it's going to be. Right now, it's at 3 hours. It's only going to get longer. So right now, the runtime is 3 hours, and it's going to be longer.
That's going to be rough, because the whole time I'm watching that movie, I'm going to be waiting for someone to go, and it's just...
Well, I love that. I know it could be 9 hours, and I would watch it. So I'm fine with it. I don't think people are going to be lost in it. This is the culmination of literally like 11 to 12 years.
Like Civil War, the whole time I was waiting for Cap to get killed on Capitol Hill or something. I was just like, oh, here it comes, there it comes.
One of the most stressful movies I've ever seen in my life. I remember I was watching it next to Tommy, and the whole time Tommy's like staring at me. I'm like, if he dies, I'm walking out. Like, I can't fucking deal with it. And then, not Civil War, but Avengers, when Tony gets stabbed by Thanos, T-Mac was, like, this close to leaving. He was like, if he fucking dies, I'm out. Like, I can't. Oh. Which, I get it. I'm the same way. Like, if Hulk died, I'd be pretty upset.
I grew up watching these characters.
Yeah.
It's...
Well, like, we know that it's obviously the end of Chris Evans.
Yeah.
He's
Evans,
hanging it up.
Robert Downey.
I don't think Robert Downey's hanging it up. He can do cameos for the rest of his life. He doesn't need movies anymore. And he doesn't do anything. He doesn't have to be physically in shape like Chris Evans does.
No, he's behind the armor.
Chris Scott, what do you do with your life?
What is? He does homework and he watches.
He just says, "I still need to see the other Avengers movies."
Jesus Christ!
Remember how many times he said that during vacation and we were going to watch the movies?
Yeah, and then every time we would sit down, he'd get distracted.
What movies had Avengers?
Like all of them. He hasn't seen any of them.
All.
He hasn't seen. He doesn't even know what Black Panther is. He has no clue. He's clueless.
Did you see Infinity War?
He probably doesn't even know what that is.
Was he? I thought he was there for that one.
No.
He's probably like, is that a war that just goes on forever?
He never made the movies because he'd always be doing like schoolwork or shit.
Which is fine.
While he's actually still here, I have literally only tagged this for you. Brooklyn Nine-Nine season 6 is coming to NBC soon. He loves that show, like, to death.
Never watched an episode.
It's pretty funny. It's completely Chris's humor.
I just remember the thing that he keep posting where the Backstreet Boys.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But that's premiering soon, so you should be happy. What else? We got nothing else on Marvel news. I mean, that's pretty much the gist of it.
You got a Deadpool thing right there.
Well, yeah, but that's just... I wanted to talk about how fucking ridiculous it is that they're doing a PG-13 version.
Really?
All that. Yep.
So dumb.
Yep.
I have no idea how you do that movie PG-13.
I can't imagine Ryan Reynolds is happy either.
It says hell yeah, all in caps.
For Brooklyn Nine-Nine,
Yes.
yeah.
Oh.
I think it's a joke. It's going to make money, so in that sense, but I just...
It's still going to make money, of course it is, but that's...
I think it ruins it.
Yeah.
Like, that's the whole point of Deadpool.
I thought they would have learned from Venom.
Did they not learn? There it is. I was going to say the same thing. I'm so excited and I just can't hide it.
What?
Brooklyn Nine-Nine. He's still pumped about it. Yeah, I don't agree with it, but whatever. People release movies from 20 years ago. They do it with Home Alone, the original Home Alone. They bring that to theaters.
We're not talking about that because of what you said the other day at work.
What did I say?
That the third one was your favorite.
By far my favorite. Look it up. Home Alone 3.
There's a third one?
Came out in 1999. There's 5 of them.
What?
There's
I
5
didn't know
Home
there was 5.
There's
I knew
5.
there was 3.
We learned today.
I was aware of the 2.
There's 4 and then 5. Yep.
Home Alone and then Home Alone Lost
And they're
in New
coming
York.
out with
Those
the-
are the only 2 I know.
Those are only good ones.
No, the third one's awesome. The 6th one's coming out, and Macaulay Culkin
Culkin.
is taking over his role.
No, he's not.
Yep, they're all coming back. There's a trailer for it.
He
No,
should
there's
play.
not.
Yes, there is. I swear.
He's got to play the bandit this time.
No, he's playing
He's
himself.
got to play the bandit.
He's not. I'm telling you right now, he's not playing himself.
Shut up, Chris.
I think he makes more sense for him to like. This is just a life cycle. The kid gets.
You can't have him do a heel turn. It doesn't work that way.
I think he should.
Well, he's not. But the
I
trailer's
think
out.
that would be better than.
It's not.
It is. I'm telling you, the trailer's out. I'll post it on your wall later.
Wow.
What?
You can just not be our friend on this podcast.
What'd he say?
anymore. Not Chris. Brianna. I hate the Home Alone movies.
What the hell is wrong with you?
That's what I'm thinking.
You have to. You are damaged. Because 1 and 2 is legit, and 3 is the best one ever. 4 and 5 should have never been made, and they should be burned.
1 and 2, great.
I didn't
3,
know
4,
there was
and
a
5 should have never been made.
3 is hysterical.
No, it's not.
He stops terrorism. Whatever. I'm not even getting into it.
1 and 2 are okay.
1 and 2 are amazing.
Oh boy, there's an argument on Facebook
About
between Chris and Brianna.
About how she
Chris
should.
just said, "You hate Home Alone movies? Do you have a heart?"
wow.
Dude, I agree with Chris 100%.
Wow.
I'm just saying, those are legit movies. Black Friday's coming up, so there's a bunch of good deals. Look them up on IGN. That's my suggestion. I looked them up. There's a lot of good deals. A lot of them are at.
Everyone, John,
Retail stores.
what time do you work till?
I don't work anywhere on this podcast. Remember, we don't say where I work on this
Okay,
podcast.
well,
We can't.
This-
John is at a place that he's going to be working for a while. I'm not going to say this place, but you should come in while he's working and get all the Xbox One X's.
Target. Anyway, check them out. That's actually really good. IGN always does great articles about that, so I had to plug IGN. You know they need it.
Josh is loving this right now.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh, the argument between the two of them.
I don't know, he's just loving something.
So I don't know if you guys ever watched Watchmen, the
Horrible.
movie. You didn't like the Watchmen? You didn't see
I'd
it.
rather watch Home Alone 3.
Really? You didn't like the Watchmen?
Hated it.
Really?
Stupid.
I love the
The
Watchmen.
dude that looked like he was getting his period all through the movie on his face.
What? Rorschach? Oh my god. I can't believe I...
And the naked
That's an
blue
interesting.
man, like,
way,
come on.
that's an interesting way to describe him.
I can't... I hate you right now. One of my all-time favorite movies. They're doing a series on
Makes
HBO.
sense.
I hate you right now. I absolutely fucking hate you. I love Watchmen. That they're doing a series on HBO. I'll watch it. Steve can sit there and watch Jon Snow die on Game of Thrones.
Wow. Okay, you can't even pick on Game of Thrones because you love Game of Thrones. So
I cannot confirm.
that doesn't
or deny.
even work.
I cannot
I'm
confirm.
pretty sure you said it during one of the podcasts.
Well, someone pulled the tape. Well, you can't because it's not my laptop. Anyway, I figured I'm glad you're here for this because I could not give two shits. But I had people at work want me to talk about the Fantastic Beasts,
Yeah.
the crimes.
Come on, real quick. Don't mean to. Chris says I had to read The Watchmen in school. What'd you think of it, Chris? All right, go, because we're on
The Watchmen's incredible. It's the comic book's better than the movie, and the movie's really
You
good.
read The Watchmen? All right.
Yeah, there's a book on it.
All right,
first.
anyways, yeah, incredible. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
What about it? Because I never even saw the first one.
It's a prequel for the Harry Potter movies. So
I know
it's-
that everyone's pumped because Dumbledore is in it,
it's Dumbledore.
whatever it is, and then
You're just being mean on purpose because The Watchmen sucks.
no,
I
no.
think he always calls it that.
And then they have what is it? Jack Sparrow's in there. He's playing some
Oh,
wizard
God.
that they gotta catch. And there was
Remember that video you didn't watch?
Johnny
on
Depp
Facebook
is
that I
playing a
tagged you on?
wizard?
No.
Johnny Depp is the villain, right?
He is, but it's not Jack Sparrow.
And
Grindelwald.
there you go.
What if they did a cameo for that?
That'd be amazing.
I
Oh,
hope
that's
you
another.
blow your knee out at leg day.
We didn't even. Wow, that's fucking wow. We didn't even talk about that before we jump into that more. How about the fact that they're rebooting Pirates of the Caribbean without Jack Sparrow, without Johnny Depp?
I don't think you could do that.
You can't. He's the only reason anybody likes those movies. Period. Nobody goes to see that movie.
No one cared about what was his name, Turner and
Yeah, Will Turner.
Turner.
He sucked.
Turner and Swan, Elizabeth
I
Swan.
hated her. That actress I hate more than anyone.
Chris says I hated how he just randomly got killed off, like WTF.
What?
I'm assuming he's talking about The Watchmen.
Oh, Rorschach, yeah. Spoiler.
Tampon face?
God, you're the worst thing to ever walk. But I think that's a joke that Disney's destroying. I guess they wanted to break ways with Jack Sparrow. Anyway, back to the Wizards of whatever it is.
Oh.
They said that this is a big controversy, not for me, I don't care. But McGonagall, right? She's in this, but I guess if you were to date it, McGonagall wasn't alive at this point.
McGonagall was alive.
According to the books, she's not, but in the movie she is.
All right, you don't even know the name of the people. Where's
Because
where's your information?
I read the articles on IGN about it.
Anyways, the movie is supposed to take place.
You don't care that they're not going by the
100
books?
years before Harry Potter is when Dumbledore was young and he had just become.
So tell me how McGonagall is alive.
McGonagall's is not the same age as Dumbledore because Dumbledore is 1,000 years old, but she's not. She was
Are
around.
you exaggerating, or is the motherfucker actually 1,000 years old?
I was actually wondering that too.
He's
Is he really?
1,000 years old.
Yes.
How is he 1,000 years old?
It's. I'm not.
No, you're telling me. You are telling.
They don't describe that in the movies or the books.
So you're telling me, as a fan, you sit there and go, "I'm fine with him being 1,000 years old." That's insane. That just ruined every movie I've ever seen. So you're telling me when he's talking to
You're
her,
fine with a walking tampon on screen.
fine with that, because he doesn't live for 1,000 years. What does he just survive off being so wizardry?
So wizardry?
Is he so magical that he lives 1,000 years? I need to know. This is news, people. This is real news. I got to do some research.
Google it.
I'm Googling it as soon as this podcast ends. How the fuck he's walking around eating
You got your
Horcruxes.
phone. Google it right now.
I can't because I got my articles up. I don't know how you don't know. You just accepted it.
You Google it.
I want you to sit there and tell me that you are totally fine with Dumbledore being 1,000 years
I'm
old.
fine with it.
How old's Voldemort? Is he 1,000?
3,000.
He's 3,000. I'm like, no wonder the motherfucker doesn't have a nose. He's like, oh my god. So wait, does that mean Harry Potter is gonna live to be 1,000?
All right, he's not 1,000 years old.
He's 150. Oh my god. That's still
Why'd you have to
ridiculous.
do that? I was having so much fun with
You
him.
told me. I was curious myself.
Well, 150
I really
still.
was hoping you'd pick up on it. Like, all right, he's screwing with him.
The thing is that I don't know enough about Harry Potter to put up an argument, so I was like, Jesus. Alright, 150 is still old as shit, but anyway.
Voldemort's got to be younger because Dumbledore taught Voldemort.
Yeah, he was way younger. I was just fucking around with that one. But are you excited for this one?
I went and saw the first one like 5 times in theaters.
So you obviously liked it?
Oh, yeah.
You didn't care that there were a thing to do with the original
No.
characters? No.
I grew up watching the Harry Potter things. It was cool. When it ended, it's gonna be the same as Marvel. When it's done and over with, it's gonna suck. But I think it's just for me. It's bringing back Harry Potter and just that whole thing. And
you think they're doing it justice?
Yeah.
Like you're okay with it?
I like where they're going with it.
Cool. All right. Well, a lot of people really enjoy
They've
it.
rumored to do I see it all over Facebook saying the cursed child.
McGonagall's only 70 years old.
Yes, that's what they're saying is they don't know how she'll be around. But anyway, she will be there. I'm guessing it has some. I was reading something time turner. I don't know. You don't care, obviously.
They're wizards. They're just time traveling.
They can do anything.
They're
They're
based
wizards.
off a book, so that's what they did.
Gotcha. Okay, so that's it for that one. Cable TV is failing. They lost 1 million users in a week.
Are you serious?
Yep.
Well, everyone keeps going to the internet.
Yeah. Gotta love it. I
got you, cable.
Got you, cable. Kingsman. I think we all watched Kingsman 1 and 2. Eggsy.
Hate them both.
What? Really?
Well, actually, I like the second one better than the first.
I didn't care for the first one.
I didn't like the first one because you know that commercial where the people's head pop and purple smoke comes out. That's all I thought of at the end of that movie. I was like, this is stupid. Like graffiti coming out of people. I just couldn't do it.
The first movie has probably the greatest fight scene I've ever seen in movie history.
You're talking about
when they're in the
church
church
fight?
Nobody find me one clip that's better than that fight scene. You won't. Period. So I love both movies, but either way, Eggsy, the main character, will not be in the third one, which is a bummer. But I guess
he's Robin Hood now. He went back in time.
Well, they actually said he didn't want him to be in it.
That's who that is. I've been watching trailers. Like, who is that dude?
It actually doesn't look too bad.
No, well, I don't know.
It's a tough. It's really.
I think I'm over the whole Robin Hood thing. They make it. So,
I'm interested.
It's not something I'd see in theaters.
Yeah, no, I won't go see it in theaters.
It's like a Redbox.
I was just
For
gonna
sure.
say that. We're streaming online.
Shout out to Redbox. All right. Well, a couple more things. Shrek is coming back. It's being rebooted. It's got the internet in a frenzy.
Yeah, well, did you see a photo of it?
No, I don't care what it looks like. They just shouldn't do it. You shouldn't. Just let it be great. Like, why? That's like rebooting The Lion King. Like, why would you have it perfect? Like, I don't understand it.
People don't... I don't know what's going on in the movie business, but they don't have the creativity that they used to anymore.
It's sad, yes.
Are you getting ready to move on from movies?
Yeah, I'm about to. Why?
You should be ashamed of yourself because this is the podcast that talks about movies and games, and you're not talking about one movie.
This is all movies.
Super ashamed of yourself.
This is all movies.
I'm not gonna go see this movie with you now.
What movie? I got more to talk about. I mean, it's
the
on
movie
there.
That was just announced.
Toy Story 4?
No,
because that's on here.
No. What did I text you last week? All excited about, and we had to go see it together.
Oh my god!
What?
No wait, Creed 2?
No.
Because that's one I want to talk about too. You want to see Creed 2?
Yeah.
Creed 2 looks sick.
Will
I like
Smith?
Creed 2. Oh, Bad Boys 3, of course. I almost didn't want to bring it up because
Why?
they've talked about it before and it didn't happen, and I'm petrified.
I feel like it's gonna happen. Will
the
Smith
feeling.
don't just come out on his phone and just say it's happening. Bad Boys 3.
Do you know why Will Smith can do that? Because we'd forgive him.
I get it, but
But you're right. I should have remembered that. But there's not a lot leaked. We have no idea the plot.
because they're not going to. But just the fact that it's announced and it's
is big news.
I'm gonna say it's at least 90% chance it's gonna happen.
I think a lot of people love the movies are what are cult classics.
I loved them.
1 and 2 phenomenal.
Both of them.
The second one's by far. That's got one of the best scenes in the world with Reggie. It's an amazing scene. Me and Tommy share it with each other like every week. We always make each other laugh with it. But yeah, I should have brought that up.
I love Fresh Prince.
Yeah, that was good. They were trying to reboot that too. But I hope that never happens.
Where Will Smith is now the guy that owns the house.
Yeah, he's the rich one. Toy Story 4, it's coming out.
Hopefully they all die.
Apparently
They almost did that in the third one.
the ending is
Hi, Mama Stickrod.
Hey. Toy Story 4 is apparently going to be absolutely brutal to the point where both Tim Allen and Tom Hanks can't even watch it. It's so
I
sad.
don't know what this means, but Chris says rough, but I'm chugging alone.
He's drinking alone.
What?
Sorry. Alone.
Jesus,
Sorry.
Chris. Okay. Anyway,
Chugging alone.
I'm excited for Toy Story 4. I like 3. I think all of them have been good. That's probably the only ones that have been
I
good.
wasn't a big fan of the third one.
I like the third one. I mean, maybe it's just because it was so dramatic when I thought they were going to be incinerated.
I think everyone was traumatized on that scene.
I literally was having like life flashbacks. Like,
but I feel like there's only a handful of people.
My favorite one
I was
is
like, yes, this is the perfect way to end this. They all just go poof.
if that happened now, at my age now, I agree with you. But back then, I was like 16, and I was not emotionally ready to say goodbye to Woody. But
I think I only cared for the first one.
you're fucking crazy. The second one's phenomenal. I love the second one.
Chris is having a conversation with someone else. He wasn't talking to us.
Great.
Who's he talking to?
Natalia, she used to work for us. OGP.
Yeah, shout out to. I think she lives in Texas now.
Yeah, she does.
Yep.
They're literally just having a conversation on it.
Hey, comments are comments. I love it. You can talk as much as you want. Just share it. That's all I ask.
Was it shared?
The
I
better.
haven't seen it yet.
If you're gonna be
Did you share it?
Huh?
Did you share it?
Yes.
You could do that. Okay.
Moving on from that, Black Mask. I thought this was cool casting. They have Ewan McGregor. He's the one who played Obi-Wan. He's gonna be Black Mask in the Birds of Prey. I know it's DC, but I love Ewan McGregor, so I might see that just for him.
Is that gonna be the new
no-
streaming service like Nightwing?
No, that's an actual movie they're working on right now.
All right, that'd be interesting.
I'm glad you're here for this because the Star Wars, everyone was up in arms about the Skywalker, how he was represented, even
As a
kind of as an asshole. But everyone's coming to his defense. Not everyone. The director's coming to his defense, saying that it correlates perfectly with the original 3. I don't know how anyone could say that. I'm not even a big Star Wars fan, and you can't tell me that just because people went bad, Kylo went bad, that it's okay that he turned into a complete piece of shit that got Han killed. That's just my opinion.
No, I don't. You know how much of a Star Wars fan I am.
He's a total pussy for just escaping and not dealing with the problem that he caused. That's my opinion. I think even I'm blanking on his name. The actor.
Starts with an M.
Mark. Well, it's Mark Hamill, I think.
Mark Hamill.
Yeah, Mark Hamill would even agree.
Mark Ruffalo.
I thought Mark Hamill came out and said he was absolutely not happy with the way
did
he had
at
to portray
first,
his character.
and then DC or not DC, Disney
Well, they
shut it
normally
down.
ruin everything, so I get where you're going with that.
Disney threatened him, and he had to reverse his opinion
Guy
because
says shared. Miss you guys.
miss you. But yeah, that pisses me off. I think they should just admit that they ruined a perfectly good character, and that is why you don't extend Star Wars. I don't know how they didn't learn that with the first 3 abominations they made after the original 3. But whatever. We talked about Joaquin Phoenix's Joker. I'm super excited for it.
Oh,
You're all negative about it.
there was something on YouTube I was going to watch, but I never did.
I think it's going to be phenomenal.
Something better to do?
Oh my god.
Probably.
It's going to be phenomenal. It's going to be great. It's not going to be Heath Ledger, but it's definitely going to be better than the piece of shit we saw in Suicide Squad.
I was going to watch that too, and I decided to just go outside and pee.
Suicide Squad?
No,
The Heath Ledger.
Heath Ledger
No,
movie
not
is
Heath
phenomenal.
Ledger. Heath Ledger was great.
Oh, okay.
Heath Ledger
Don't
was great.
fucking.
He was great.
Not on this podcast,
I'm not talking
Mister.
about him.
Mr. Ledger's
I'm talking
God.
about that fool that just is ruining.
Joaquin Phoenix?
Yeah.
He's
Yeah,
phenomenal.
there we go.
He's going to kill it.
Yep, he's definitely gonna kill the Joker.
Oh my god. I do like that they announced that he's in an alternate universe. So that way whatever he does is completely his own. And we don't have to deal with Batfleck. I like that.
Well, he's done anyway. It doesn't matter.
Well, yeah, but Batman's not in this universe. So it's Joker doing Joker things. It's all about Joker. I like it. I'm excited to see it.
That shit bombs.
So essentially, it's just Joker before he meets Batman.
Kind of. It's just more Batman's not in it. You get to see his rise to being Joker. It's completely written. It has nothing to do with the comics, which I love. They don't do that enough. I think that's needed. Because I know every Joker origin story, and they've been done to death. So I'm excited they're doing a new one.
They've been done. I don't think there's a single movie out there that releases like.
Well, Killing Joke was phenomenal, the animated movie. That one was fantastic. That was by far the best Joker representation, even including The Dark Knight.
You're out of your mind.
Dude, Dark Knight's fantastic. Heath
Not
Ledger's
on
great.
this podcast.
But he wasn't the origin story. There was no origin story. Joker just showed up.
Joker was just there.
Yeah, he was amazing in that role, but origin-wise, only one that's ever got it right is Killing Joke.
They never officially said his origin story, but there was times where he's like, "Do you want to know how I got these scars?"
Yeah, and he keeps changing the narrative. That's how it is in the comics. Until recently, they finally confirmed it. But one of the last things I want to talk about, I don't think either of you watch it, but I want to talk about it because I don't fucking care.
This is gonna be good.
All right.
The Walking Dead. Okay,
I seen up to season 1.
Yeah, you're no problem. So I'm just gonna carry this segment.
So everyone's dead.
Here's the deal. No, wrong. They did a time jump, so Rick's off the show, Rick Grimes, which is in the comic books. He's still alive. Carl's still alive. Negan's still alive.
All dead.
No, they wrote
Yeah, Negan.
Rick Grimes. Negan's alive.
Did they get
I
superpowers?
said, yeah, Negan's alive.
Negan's alive. Rick Grimes alive, and they had him go away. There was I won't get into the whole
No,
episode.
you can. It's fine. No one.
Well,
watches
no,
it.
he find that helicopter he's chasing from season 1. They finally find out where it's going, and then he's supposed to die. Someone scoops him up, and then he wakes up, and he's on this helicopter going to we don't know where. And then, and I love this, and I think Walking Dead fans, because you said you fizzled out, which I honestly understand. It jumps 6 years into the future, so we get to see little ass kicker Judith is at 10 years old. She's got Carl's cowboy hat, her dad's hand cannon, and a cute little katana, and she's fucking badass. And
So is everyone dead?
no, we don't know. We know Daryl's still alive. He's the
can't
leader.
get Daryl on
No,
Daryl.
he's the new showrunner. And Michonne's still alive, and Carol's still alive.
God damn it!
But we
She's
don't.
the only one I wanted to see die the last
I'm
5 seasons.
I'm amazed she's still alive. But anyway, the time jump is refreshing because we don't know what the hell happened in 6 years. And Negan's still there. He's still in prison. The Whisperers are coming. It's getting good again, and I'm super excited about it.
It sounds like Lost.
It's nothing like Lost. It's going to be awesome.
It's where all of a sudden you're in the future, and then that entire series, that entire season, they're just going to do flashbacks.
No, it's nothing like that because we watched all the way up to this point. And
Okay, yeah, but you don't know what happened in that 6-year gap.
They're not going to fill it. That's not the point of the show.
Oh, no?
They just skip to the future. Now we literally pick it up 6 years later and we
They
go
realized
forward.
it was dying, so they had to do something.
Whatever. Anyway, that 6-year gap will be filled with Rick Grimes' story. They're doing movies now, which I think is going to be a lot better. They're doing 3 Rick Grimes movies to see what's happening. I'm excited about that. They're also doing a bunch of other Walking Dead spin-off movies. I think they'll be much better in movie form. I think the show's still going to be great, but I'm excited to see the movies. I think that's cool. I didn't think that ever happened. But, and then the last thing, because they're doing movies, Breaking Bad is returning.
Yep, saw that.
In movie form. It's going to take place right after Jesse escapes. Spoiler, I guess.
I think that's another show that Chris liked watching.
What a dick.
Sorry, you should have finished it. It was it ended
In
like
2012,
I think, or something like that. It's old as shit. And everyone knew it. You knew the ending in the first scene, like the first episode. You're like, oh, okay, he's going to die. But I don't think it's going to be very good. I don't know. The greatest part of that show was Bryan Cranston and his performance.
But they're not saying they haven't come out and said that, like,
he's dead.
This is how it's going to be. Yeah. And I think it'll be okay because Vince Gillian's doing it. He's the director of Breaking Bad. He's the director of Better Call Saul, which...
Well, I think he'll do it justice, but I don't know. It's going to be hard. I couldn't follow Pinkman. I like Pinkman, but I didn't watch that show for Pinkman. I watched it because Bryan Cranston was terrifying, and it was realistic, and I would sit there, and it would make you inside go, shit, I don't know what I would do. Like, I understood every decision he made.
Just the evolution of Walter White from season 1 to the last season.
One of the best character developments you'll ever see. Period. It just is. You literally see him become a villain. It's awesome. If you haven't seen that movie or show...
I hate Chris so much.
What'd he say?
We're not friends anymore. I'm done with you. I'm never reading any more of your comments.
What'd he say? Did he not watch it?
He's like, I never finished the last season. You're going to hate this part too. The last season of Breaking Bad just wasn't into the way the characters were developing.
What the fuck? That's everything against what we just said. Chris, you have no taste at all. You have to be the worst reviewer walking this planet Earth. Oh my god. The entire show is based on character development. I just didn't see
Now, to be fair, I could be getting yelled at in a second because I believe Brianna and Chris are having a conversation again. He could be talking about Breaking Bad, or could be talking about, because they're talking about Supernatural. So, what? I don't know.
We don't talk about Supernatural
so
on this
we're
podcast.
Going to find out.
Is everyone watching the podcast?
No, I think they're just talking.
We're having 4 different conversations.
They're not here to watch our podcast. They're just here to talk.
We just turned into a chat room.
Alright, never mind. He is talking about where he said, I just didn't like how he became a bad guy.
What? Why?
That was the best development of the show.
Yeah, you want him to be a bad guy.
You went from like this scared individual to, you mess with me, you're gonna die.
Yeah, dude. I'm the one that fucking knocks. That was one of the best lines ever, man. People still quote that. Yeah, no, if you don't appreciate his villain... And it wasn't... He didn't turn into a villain, per se. He just got more desperate. As the box got in smaller, he had to be more rash. I loved it. I didn't think I'd like it. It took me longer than most to finish it, but I loved it.
Talia's watching it.
But
Chris and Brianna are just having a chat room chat.
Good. Welcome to AIM. Remember that shit? AIM? Fucking God. Game of Thrones is coming back soon. Woo! Super exciting. Bummer is the last season. The good news is...
The way the last season ended, though.
Well, from everything I've read from all of the actors involved and actresses involved in the show... Every single one of them says the ending's perfect. Like, perfect. So
this upcoming season?
Yes. Even the one who plays Tyrion came out and said he wouldn't change one thing. Jon Snow came out, wouldn't change one thing. Amelia Clark. All of them said it's perfect. Even the one who plays Sansa, I can never think of her name. I can't wait. And I love that we have 3 spin-offs already in development. I'm very excited to see the Mad King and stuff like that. That's going to be cool.
What's
he
going
never
on?
watched it, did he?
No, he did. He just said, I stopped watching it after, he melted a guy in a barrel at the end of season 4.
That's what Khal Drogo melted. That's the coolest part. I wasn't a fan of the show until that happened. That puts Jason Momoa on the fucking map when he played Khal Drogo.
Yeah.
That's the only qualm I have with that show, is that they killed him way too soon. He was awesome. It would have been great to see him, make her even more badass. I loved Khal Drogo. He was a bad motherfucker.
Chris, go take your medication and go to bed.
Yeah, Chris, you're ridiculous, man. You don't see movies. Your taste is horrible. You don't appreciate Breaking Bad's entire plot. You're difficult, man.
It just is funny because one of the biggest things I heard about Breaking Bad was the development on where the characters went from one to the last, and he's like, I didn't like how they were developing the character.
I wonder. Part of me.
How did you make it to season 6 before you decided you didn't like the character development?
I wonder if he's doing this on purpose.
No, there's no way you can, because the comments are too perfect. He doesn't think that deeply. He makes puns. There's no way. Oh.
I can see him thinking of this on the spot.
No, you're giving way too much credit. Way too much credit. You wouldn't say that. Oh, that's incredible, though. Chris is definitely the MVP of the
I think if he comes
right
up
now.
to me later, he's like, I totally did it on purpose.
He's going to say that because we just gave him so much shit because he doesn't know anything.
The chat room's just going to eat him up.
It's amazing. All right, well, that's pretty much all I had. That was the list. The comics that are coming out are great. I know most of you don't read the comics, but they're really good.
Yeah, John's right.
I know. DC is doing great. They're doing a really cool one about PTSD with superheroes, which I know sounds weird, but I think it's super cool.
I think that'd be interesting with Batman the most.
Well, Batman's involved in it, but it's mainly about like all the other heroes and villains that are like recovering, and then they create like almost an Alcoholics Anonymous to talk about all this, and then someone has came in and murdered like a bunch of them, and we don't know who.
It's been 2 days since I last killed somebody.
Yeah, pretty much. It's really cool though. Like they killed off Arsenal and Wally West and stuff, so everyone's picking who could it be. I don't know. I really like it.
Wally West killed himself usually in the comics.
Well, there's a billion different versions. So, but in this version, it's
That's why I said usually.
It's Heroes in Crisis. Really good comic. I loved it. Friend showed me to it. I'm absolutely hooked. Teen Titans on the DC network is actually really fucking good.
I saw
I
that.
know it's
I'm
not worth
paying
the money,
for it, though.
but it's really, really good. The character that plays Robin and the character that plays the new Robin, phenomenal. Really cool. It honestly feels like they took the Arkham games and put it in the live action. It's really good, but it's not worth the money. It's really cool.
Do you see the little lightning bolts that pop above your head so you could counter?
No, it's honestly the fight scenes are so well done. It's incredible. But yeah, if you can illegally,
I'll see if I could YouTube it.
Yeah, I mean that's how I've been watching them, is on YouTube and stuff like that. So I recommend it. I know we usually hate DC, but I'm actually a big fan of that.
Normally we do. Usually we just don't hate on Batman.
I like DC comics way more than Marvel comics right now. I will say that.
They're darker and more in depth.
Deeper. Yeah, they actually expand their characters, and I don't know what the fuck they're doing with Logan. But anyway,
Logan's Marvel.
Yeah, I know. That's why Marvel's losing. That's why I like DC Comics right now, because Marvel's Logan.
Because Logan's dead.
No, they brought him back, and now he's carrying around an Infinity Stone. It's ridiculous. I don't know what
we covered this last week or 2 weeks ago.
What?
Nothing. Just go.
You gotta tell me because we're about to sign off.
I'll tell you later.
No, I'm
nothing bad. Oh, what do we got here? I don't know who Brittany Marie is.
I don't.
Hey, isn't that quick? Haha.
Who is that?
What?
Heroes in Crisis. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, Heroes in Crisis. That's the one.
Brittany.
I don't know. She's replying to her. I'm guessing she's friends with Brie. Anyway, yeah.
Please share.
I'm a big fan of DC Comics right now. If you're getting into comics, I recommend that right now. The Heroes in Crisis is great.
Is that a show?
No, it's the comic book series, and they're doing.
If you were listening,
they're also in the midst of like a rebirth where they're recreating a lot of the characters, which I love.
Sorry, Chris just pissed me off. I just have to.
But yeah, comics are doing great. I'm excited to see where they're going with Logan. I'm not a huge fan, but I've been hooked on DC right now. I just got into Wonder Woman, which I never read Wonder Woman before, but she has some decent stuff. Superman, I hate. I cannot find a Superman comic I like. I can't.
No, Superman in general is boring.
Yeah, it's just super. The only ones I like are the villain ones. I've gotten to a few. I finally started reading some Green Arrow. I still say the show is better. Which the show is out right now, and if you're not watching Arrow Season 7, you're out of your mind.
Brittany's from Delhi.
It's incredible. Hi, Brittany from Delhi at a place I don't work. Anyway, a lot of good comics out, and if you don't read comics, you probably should, because they're really good right now, and they're finally hitting their stride. And you can pretty much find them for free if you're sneaky, but...
I'm not, LOL. It's from Chris.
Yeah, he can't even read. Anyway, anything else?
No.
Before we sign off? I don't think I have anything else today.
No.
Video games, anything? I think we got it all. I mean, Assassin's Creed's amazing.
We covered Assassins last time. We did a little bit of Red Dead Redemption. We covered games that are coming out soon.
I actually finally, I've been playing Uncharted on the PS4s.
Where did you get a PS4?
My brother had one. He doesn't play it.
You didn't take a sledgehammer to it?
No, surprisingly not. I only playing the Uncharted's.
It's a game that could be a movie.
I watched all the cinematics first a while ago, and then I'm playing it, and I have to say the hype is pretty close to real. I think people who are Sony fans are just kind of gripping onto it a little too much because they don't got a lot. I still say the Halo plot is better, but
So you stole it.
Stole what?
That's what Chris says.
No, he gave it to me. It doesn't matter. Regardless, I played it. I'm digging it. It's a different type game. I usually don't like Sony games.
So you never finished Uncharted?
No, I finished it.
I got halfway
Which one?
through it.
All of them. 1 through
All
4.
three of them?
Yeah, I mean they're quick games. I mean they're
Yeah,
not
4
that
of them.
long.
No, they're not. But I still think they're a good story based.
No, they are. The story's
So
incredible.
out of the 4, which one was your favorite? Because I've
Fourth
played
one
all
by
4.
far. The fourth one was great.
Oh yeah.
Which they crescendoed really, really well. I still say Gears of War story is way, way, way better, but I'm also biased because I played that when I was growing up. But I Uncharted lived up to the hype. I will say that. I gave it a lot of shit over the years, and finally playing it, I dug it. I also got to play a little bit of Spider-Man. It's cool. It's definitely a cool game, but the funnest part is swinging by far. But, you know, I will say this. I hate you. I will say this about PlayStation. Their controllers fucking suck. Holding that thing, it's like, I'm like, I don't know what to do with my hands. I feel like Will Ferrell in Talladega Nights.
It's funny because when you play PlayStation for a while, then you hold an Xbox controller. It's like twice the size.
Dude, it literally looks like I have the worst arthritis
Never hold a
ever.
PlayStation controller. That's your first mistake.
Well, see, the thing is, I grew up with Sony.
Well,
Chris
PlayStation.
and I.
Speaking of growing up with Sony, I did want to bring this up. Thank you for reminding me. They're releasing the PlayStation 1 with a bunch of pre-games. I love it, man. I'm gonna grab that shit. It's got the original Metal Gear. Sign me up. I'm in.
Metal Gear Solid.
Yeah, well, dude, PS1 and 2 were phenomenal. PS3 was a goddamn train wreck, and PS4 was just nothing compared to Xbox One. But Sony
PS4 is
was
a train
good.
wreck.
PS4. No, their games are a train wreck. PS3, they literally try to delete that from their lives, like it never
Did they?
happened. Yeah, dude, you never hear them say like, "How about PS3?" They never do.
That was one of my favorite games, Chris.
What game?
You're not on the shit list
Medieval
anymore.
for the PS is getting remade.
Yes. Yeah, I played that game too. There are some good PlayStation games. Like they're not. It's not the worst system.
Seth says just eliminate it, bro.
What, PS4?
I'm assuming.
Well, no, I wouldn't say eliminate. I wish they would just make it so it was cross compatible. That's all. I would
That's
love
something
to.
they're working on.
They've been saying that for years. It's like, I don't know. I just feel like it's never gonna happen. It just needs to. We'll never play with PC because it'll destroy us. But either way, the point of this is I'm expanding my horizon. I'm reading DC stuff. I'm playing PlayStation games, and I have much more better taste than Steve, who's an idiot and doesn't like Watchmen, but likes Jack Sparrow in the Wizard World with the 1,000-year-old Dumbledore running around.
It's 100.
150, we found out.
No, I like 1,000 now. It's that ridiculous. And Harry Potter's 190 in those movies. Anyway, because if Dumbledore was 1,000, you'd have to, whatever. Lost you guys. You guys aren't good with
I'm
math.
going to the chat room.
Anyway, thank you guys for chatting in our room and listening to us go off. It was good to be back. We will be back next Thursday with the same lineup. We got sports first starting at 7, and then hopefully around 8 o'clock we got the nerd session. So we'll be back. Thank you again. Appreciate it. And we're taking off.
See ya.